whatever is happening in this country right now, streets will never forget it. Okay, as simple as that. Streets will never forget this, even if history books are tampered with, but streets won't forget it. And yeah, basically, I want to start off by saying this. Both of us, Kishan and I, uh, till like probably 2019, were were kind of optimistic about the current regime, right? We really thought that Modi will come, do some economics changes, and sort of push us from the lag that was caused by the UPA government before. But soon we learned that things don't change. It just they just continue, in a different form. And yeah, we are. It's very sad to say that we've been very disappointed since 2019 to see that nothing has changed. Nothing has happened. The youth have not benefited in any way, and yeah, we don't have jobs. As simple as that. So here we are, uh, hoping to probably get some jobs, and you know, as people keep
Some
saying, right?
answers, I suppose.
Yeah, answers, and um, more importantly, there's this narrative about this entire movement being funded. Please fund us. We need money. We don't have. You know, fund us to say something. Since nobody is funding us, we are saying the truth. So here we are.
Well, no, on that incredibly optimistic note that you have started, Ravi. Uh, uh, no, but I think there's some truth to this. Is that when we are starting young, and this was also very important, and also the primary reason to why we are doing this. Why are we on this particular platform that we have created ourselves and trying to put our voice out there for the very reason for a very simple reason. It is that today perhaps first time in a very long time the country has is looking towards the youth and discussing whether or not to take them seriously, but the sheer scale of it is actually forcing them to take it seriously. Now it depends on your algorithm. We know that all of us today are equipped with phones. A lot of us all of us are on social media, and we see a lot of different things, and in the end of the day we all also acknowledge that it's an algorithm game. Suppose you're on the right side of the spectrum, you're on the left, whatever, it doesn't matter. It takes is to see one reel two times to get that particular narrative on your phone. And these narratives can't shape these narratives can't shape political discourse in large scale, because it's an algorithm for you. And so if someone for me, if I'm going to get only, let's say, protest videos in favor of the protesters, my opinion is formed on that. Now for someone else who is, let's say, pro government, is likely to get that algorithm more, and perhaps their opinions and information is formed on that. So where does one turn today to be, let's say, to get not an opinion, to get valid credible reporting that what is actually happening in the ground. So I think we are in a day and age where there is no space to form your own opinion. So you're actually fed what to think about, and what it is that you want to hear, but what is actually happening.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Ravi?
Yeah, I mean, see, it's pretty simple, right? I was talking to my parents the other day. Like, I see, till day before yesterday, they're not even bothered about what's happening in this country. They think somebody is fighting, somebody is funding them. Some government anti against government, something is happening, and none of my business. Government will do what it wants. These are just some funded protests for a political agenda. See, and I tried to reason with them, saying, see, these are actual people, my friends, and we have gone to the protest, and we on the ground we saw this is happening. And uh, Yeah, and that is when we got this idea, hey, our parents have no idea of what's happening. They just believe whatever is being said in the media. And it's a pretty one-dimensional approach to mm, form an opinion. And yeah, hopefully we change some people's thoughts along the way. I mean, it's easier said than done, but yeah, here's to hoping.
Well, well said, firstly. And it's also important because today we are in a narrative war. Yeah, we've always spoken about what propaganda looks like, what is this. So today perhaps we live in a day and age of polarization. And it would not be fair to say that, oh, it's only happening in India, it's across the world today. You're seeing government across the world, be it the United States, be it in Europe, be it UK, France, name the country, like think of a country, and it is in a polarized state of there's a lot of polarization, and it's not only among the general population, but it's also about how the media is covering things. Like today when you think of America, it's very clear that, okay, if you're watching Fox News, it means you're pro Republican or you're pro Trump. You're watching CNN, it's very clear that, oh, you are anti Trump, you are a liberal. So we are in the day and age of labels also, where all of us are labeled into which particular news media that you're consuming. So
Yeah, I mean, see, in India, it's not liberal, it's liberando these days. So here we are, whatever that means.
well, well, no, but what I at least appreciate, okay, and this is a very very thin silver lining in my comment that I'm going to make, is that at least in America, there is very clearly you have two media. It's either left, right. The concept of independent media has died. uh, it's very very evident in India today. All your legacy media, think of a legacy media, and there is a feeling that I think that this is compromised. I think ये सरकार की तरफ है, मतलब this is, they are peddling a narrative, is what the belief is. And of course, by stating all of this, by no measure are we mentioning, by at no measure where we are feeling, oh, we are above the rest. We are giving you the honest middle ground. No, I don't think one should mistaken us for a news channel, as it clearly says, the second opinion. Is that we are trying to provide you a perspective of what is happening, and we are trying to ask questions that media is supposed to ask. So today, and that is also the result of why hundreds and thousands of students and disgruntled youth are out on the streets in the national capital and across major cities in the country today, is because there is no outlet, for this frustration. Where is this frustration? Who's asking them, who's asking questions? Somehow in all of this, what has happened is that this very very large section, the world's largest young population, somehow finds itself ignored or overlooked. It is almost become evident that the government doesn't care, the media doesn't care, and the parents, of course, in Indian society, the culture is, of course, you listen to your elders, what your parents say and do. Parents in our lives play an important role in terms of decision making and shaping who one is. So given all these phenomenons playing together, and it's such conflicting this thing, there is an evident frustration. Where does one take this frustration out?
To the streets, Kishan, the streets, go to the streets, we'll shout. What else is there to do? I mean, uh, see, if you think about it, where we are right now, thinking about it from the ruling party's perspective, right? They've ruled for 12 years, 14 years, 12 or 14, sorry.
12.
12 years, yeah. They've ruled for 12 years. And when they started, the digital penetration of internet, social media wasn't a lot. So they probably started with a playbook, you know, as that is the word that is given to it. But yeah, they probably started with a playbook and kept evolving. And at this stage, the stage we are in right now, they're confused what to do. You see the prime minister yesterday, posting an Instagram reel about, about this, finally acknowledging this protest. They're finally amending this playbook that they've created, and clearly they have no idea that, we as students, we are, and most of the students have enough brain to sort of see through the bullshit. That whatever the government does, we can see through it. We are not people who are going to take whatever they say for face value, right? We analyze, we second guess. Okay, is this being done for our benefit, or is it being done to show that, okay, this government has done something, appease people, for propaganda? We can see through it. And yeah, as simple as that. So
I
yeah.
is- I want to ask you a question here, and it's I think this is also something that I mentioned earlier.